right? But for them, their sense of humor might be at a higher level than yours because they've probably been calibrated through years of excuse me, 3 years of comedy exposure.
Right.
So now jokes that you don't find funny is like hilarious to somebody who's conditioned to recognize comedic activity, right? And the crazy part about that is then you can see the parodies playing out in real life, and you be like, man, that's just some comedy shit,
Right.
right? So the hard part is remembering to check your emotion to determine if the context is in alignment with the experience of the moment.
You
And
know something?
as soon as you do that and you get to get all your emotions calibrated, you can then read your emotions the same way you read a book.
It's like you can
So
tell what you're gonna do. Like I don't. You can literally stop. All you gotta do. Anytime I find myself telling me it's a spiritual war going on and this, and I can literally snap out of it. But it's like as long as I don't. But that's what I'm trying to do more. Start to remember, or I would say I fail. Like I used to be able to do it so much, but now stuff happen. It seemed like the more I get control over myself, the more because it's like I'm always relearning everything that I already knew, or I don't know how to explain that. But once
yeah,
you get
because you
once
knew everything before, but when you came through the amnesia system, you forgot that you knew it already. Now you need somebody to remind you of what you already know.
you just said, man, that made me so happy. You just said literally what? Okay, so okay, I got a lot of work to do there.
Right now, here's a trauma cleansing emotional development exercise I'm about to give you.
Okay, here, hold on. Let me write this down.
You can come back and review the video.
Okay, yup, man.
Okay, now watch. This is how it works. You remember a time when somebody pissed you off.
Right.
You thought 100% you was right at the moment because or else you wouldn't be pissed off. Revisit that in your mind while you alone. You gonna feel the same emotion starting to well up, right? But then you realize later on that you got mad for nothing. Now you can use that to calibrate your emotions to determine. And then it's the same with the laughter, the same with the pain and the suffering. Because when we ain't in the physical body, we don't have no pain. We don't got no suffering. We don't even know what that shit is.
Man,
You got to be in the 3D reality with a physical body to experience the whole gamut of feeling. And that's why we here.
man. Right.
Well, we came here to feel because we know everything outside the physical body. We came in the physical body, it causes the side effect of the amnesia.
Right.
But in the course of that, we trying to learn how to feel. And the
Man,
highest
hearing that
frequency of
just
yeah, the highest frequency of emotion is love. It's the highest energy that you
right.
can raise yourself to, and then that's going to create the feeling of something called bliss. It's beyond happy. You just walking around
I
like
feel
you
like
in
that's
La
how
La
I'm
Land.
feeling right now.
It's beyond happy. You walk around like you in La La Land.
Man,
But nobody's teaching us this anymore, and it was common knowledge to us before we was colonized.
right.
And that's why it was easy for them to, when they killed off our elders, it was easy for them to give us false information. They made sure they killed the elders for. Like we think they was just randomly lynching us. They wasn't.
Man,
Everybody you see on the end of a rope was somebody that was teaching somebody that was uplifting people and they had a positive impact. They wasn't just randomly just because you look like us, you was getting lynched. No, you had to be somebody to get
right.
lynched.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like Emmett Till, he was going to grow up to be Chief Littlehorn and he was going to rally the troops to war. They
Right.
knew who he was from his birth chart. So how do you stop him? You can't stop him from being who he's going to become unless you take him off the game board, erase him. And they was using murder, which they was not supposed to use according to the contract. They were supposed to do the same thing that we were supposed to do, Educate yourself about a condition, therefore you can see it all.
So, do you think that you think they had to like study his like life path or birth chart to figure all of that out about
They knew
Natick?
his they knew his birth chart. They knew he was coming to Mississippi before he left Chicago. It's in his birth record. He had to go back to Mississippi because you
Damn, you
have to
can
go
literally
back.
figure all of that out. Okay, okay.
You have to go back to your ancestral lands of where you was where your last incarnation as a chief was, and put your feet on the ground.
Okay, so in one of my family Bibles I got my mama family Bible. I think it go like 4 or 5 generations. Is that something I can start with to
Yep.
look at my roots?
Yeah. That's how we used to keep records because we didn't use day repository. We got word of mouth. And then we had like for business purposes, we kept birth records, and so we know how to set up the family functions around who the most people could celebrate their birth,
Man,
right? So when we have a big party, everybody in the month of June, June 1st is our day.
man,
June June 1st is coinciding with Juneteenth, which was what we called back then. We used to call it the Pit Festival, which was a cookout festival.
is that where the
And
Oh no, no, I'm thinking of something else. Okay.
every tribe had a different version. Like the ones that were sea bearing, like the West Coast, they didn't barbecue like steaks. They said they had like they cooked fish, um, whale, stuff like that, and they hunted off the ocean. Well, when the Spaniards came, the Soto and them assaulted from the west. They was forced to have to fish inland lakes, so they
Right.
changed their style of cooking and everything to suit the war condition they was under.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you go to like Florida, they was probably cooking gator, turtle,
Yeah,
you
yeah, because
know,
they be all down there.
yeah. But when you get into Heartland, there was bison, elk. We ain't had no damn cows.
Man, I was just gonna say all cows got tick. Like when you think about it, do all cows it? I don't know if it's really no male cows because they I ain't gonna say
They
I ain't
call
never.
bulls.
Okay, man, I was finna say.
A bull is a male cow, and they come from the same stock as the female, but they normally the reason you'll see a lot of bulls is because normally by the time they get 8, 9 months old, they big enough to slaughter. You
Damn.
want to save the female for milk, and the males you let them get so big. If you let them get too big, they become aggressive. So you want to slaughter them before the aggression kick in, which is the testosterone, which makes the meat tough.
Okay.
Right. So anywhere they got a dairy farm, if they got you can buy the male calf for dirt cheap. They don't want that's waste product.
Right.
Right. The only reason why they leave them there for a month or two is to make sure that the milk is flowing through the mother, and that's to keep the milk production up. So it's we didn't have cows over here.
Do you think we're gonna get the bison? You think they're gonna give us the bison? Like we gonna get the bison back?
Well, I got a pound of bison ground bison up there to make some chili with. That just ain't cooked it yet.
Man. Okay, so
But
yeah, you probably wait until afterwards, like me.
yeah, but you can find bison, elk, and venison in the stores now.
Right.
Because a lot of us that's remembering, we starting to say if we gonna eat some red meat, it got to be from the land. It got to be bison, elk,
Mm.
venison. Cows ain't from here. They brought
They not.
cows over here.
Right.
Right? We got to remember that they reintroduced the horse because the horse was used for food stock in the famine that ended up wiping out the horses. But horse meat is better for you than cow.
Right. Cause
But they
I
got
done
us
heard
thinking
people eat horse.
that is not good for you. But horse meat, it's the same. It gives you the same effect like A bodybuilder on steroids, but it's all natural.
I'm gonna have to try that. Honestly.
Yeah,
But
all your man stuff is boosted with horse meat. It don't do that with cows and with calves. With the bovine beef that they've been feeding us, it spikes our estrogen and it brings down our testosterone.
you think that's why some dudes be having like erectile dysfunction by the time they get older?
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of the natural herbs we used to eat is not part of our food stock no more.
I was thinking that the other day, like damn, it seemed like damn near anything you go try to like they didn't tamper with literally everything.
All that done on purpose. It ain't by none of it by accident.
Man.
Contrary to popular opinion, none of it's by accident.
So the
They
red meat, like
deliberately, yeah, they deliberately changed our diets. You gotta go back and study the history of the bison in America, and it's gonna tell you that they decided to kill them all off because they said for every bison we kill one of them. Talking about us,
yeah.
right? And that's why you got mountains of bison skulls with hunters standing in front of it and standing on top of the side. They was killing them by the millions.
They doing that just to try to. They doing everything they can just to get to us, man. I hate that type of shit.
Look,
See,
and
excuse my
we
language,
still here. We got to remember
man.
that when we go through everything they did to get rid of us, we still here. The harder they tried to stomp us out, the more we proliferated. We don't die. We baby kids. We multiply.
And for real, you already know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So did
I
I
was,
did I answer you, nephew? I'm gonna take another caller if you good.
yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Rod. Peace.
Peace, God, peace. Man, I like talking to the youth, man. They so especially when they get it. K Flow 74. What you do? What you do? K Flow 74. Come on up, chiefing with the chief. Let's see what you got for. Okay, now. Need a couple more seconds, then I'm gonna bring somebody else up. Let me even see if they sent it. Yeah, they sent it to me. Kimberly Royster, K Flow 74. You coming up? Okay. Let's move on to the next. Dev Leo had honest. I don't even know if I said that right. You know, making it one when you make your profile one long word, sometimes I'll be butchering that stuff. Peace, God.
Peace, peace, Ong. How you feeling?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing, immaculate, happy, and grateful to be in divine timing and divine alignment.
Man, that almost gave me the Holy Ghost.
I see you here.
Yeah. So what's going on with you today? What's on your mind? What you want to talk about?
I want to express gratitude. I want to express gratitude because it's been a long time. The last time we got a chance to chief, you know,
For
I
sure.
was that they removed certain codes from you because of all the information that you possess. So, uh,
Well, you
really.
seen that.
Benki akafusaka valeria de kumunta yesi sofa yisuntaka. I am Devleo Selohi Fetiavo Wadaka. My name is King Adonis in most of these spiritual streets, but I am Devleo. I am the reincarnation of that I am. And we are here for the remembrance.
Yep, that's what we're here for.
And
Hey, you know that name Adonis, right? That's like saying in the ancient times, that was like saying I'm the sexiest man out here. That's
Prophet,
why if you go when you go look up the old Adonis, they always draw him carved, muscular, with no blemish, no scars. That was yeah, that was a braggadocious name to carry.
yeah, that The name was given to me by my mother. Her name's a Raven.
That's some tribal stuff there.
Yeah, you talking to Big Mama, to Big Mama, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
My
That's
family,
look. So,
uh,
you ever see the movie The Crow?
mm-mm.
Watch the movie The Crow. It's not really a crow. It's really the raven. The
Uh,
crow is a miniature imitation of the raven. The raven is the great bird. The crow is the lesser bird, right? And so the raven is the messenger that is in this world that's talking to the other world at the same time. The crow imitates the raven. It's like a little miniature version. So you got a Doberman pinscher, then you got a miniature pinscher.
so like it's and it's so funny because everybody, my family, they all from Baltimore, and they Lord, they all call her
Shout out to
Poochie.
BMO.
Yeah, they all call her Poochie,
That
and
was
it's
my
interesting.
that was my sister's nickname when we were little.
Mm, that's funny.
Tribal shit, baby. Tribal shit.
And she recently just dream that a white wolf hopped in the bed with her and just was licking her on the face.
Whoa. I know Kelly got to be watching. You just brought up the white wolf because she been walking with the white wolf with the gold tint.
Egelege buksin faigamonte, excellent efu.
So all of the white animals is the animals that come to bring peace after the warring animals, the red, the blue, and the black, have tore up shit. So then you see an influx of what they call them albinos, but they're not true albinos. They're just a white version of the darker one. So when it loses the color, that means karma is clear.
Oh my goddess. I have the white dove. I have I have my ancestors here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the dove, you know, the pigeon is a dove too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now the dove was used to be used in varying forms in rituals, and it was always. You ever see a funeral where they release doves,
Mm-hmm.
and
I've been
they stopped doing it at funerals. Now they only do it at weddings.
hmm.
They stopped doing it at funerals because you releasing the ancestral spirit to go to the great mother in order to get instructions to bring back to the family. It was banned, it was outlawed at one point. It was part of Mississippi, Louisiana culture. Jazz funerals, they didn't minimize them. That was a graduation for a great ancestor.
Yeah. Does it have anything to do with the sacred midwife?
The sacred midwife, well, you have two. They doulas, birth doula and the death doula.
A,
Sometimes one can carry both functions.
a big joker and a little joker, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But it would be more like a high priestess and a priestess, right? The
Let's see. So, pardon, just for like clarity for the
mhm.
collective, I am a dragon and I speak the dragon tongue, and English is not one of our like favorites. I also speak Steinoon, which is the language.
Dragon mean master.
I have a 22-degree Virgo moon in the 11th house.
33 mean master. Yeah, but it ain't no regular master because what did you say, Virgo?
Virgo moon in the 11th, yeah, the Rainbow Bridge.
Right, because the Virgo moon, right? That's the mother at rest, and you the watcher at the gate. You keep the motherfucking predators out.
That is, I am
There's
the white dragon.
Yeah, so they think because you're a dragon that you're a baby dragon and that you just cute and cuddly, but when they go try to bother mama, it's a whole nother animal come with that. That's the Pisces, the two-sided of Pisces. The one that dives deep and the one that'll come up out the water. Don't play with me.
Oh, but I also got six cancer placements in my ninth house, though.
Got what?
Six cancer placements in my ninth house.
That's straight emotional energy. But that 69 is balance. That means when you fuck a motherfucker up, they earn that shit.
11/11, and I'm a Libra rising. We bring injustice all the way through. We wrapping it up. That's what you told me to do the last time we talked. You
Yep.
said, "Oh, meant to wrap it up." Yeah, yeah, yes. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Full circle, baby. We back at it again. We
Right.
brain banging. We ain't gang banging.
Right. Then,
Yeah. Anything else you want to ask about?
um, below FM, the Georgia Mount.
Which one? Because the Stone Mountain is not the only mound in Georgia. Matter of fact, it's multiple mounds that go from Georgia through Kentucky and Tennessee, going north through Alabama, Arkansas, going west. A whole bunch of mounds. There's mounds all over the land because it's everywhere was sacred to us. So everywhere you see a mound, everywhere you see a mound in 50 miles circumference around the mound is called sacred tribal territory. So when they take the land from us, they have to conceal the mounds so we not mapping out the sacred lands that when we perform our rituals, we draw maximum power. To be directly on top of the mound is to draw the most energy in the ritual. But anywhere in that 50-mile radius, you riding the wave. Every one of them is a 50-mile radius around them, which is a big ass circle for the people that don't know what a radius is. So everywhere they overlap, and then you get the most overlapping ones, you have what's called a Vesica Pisces Control Center, right? All of these different circles come together at. It's
Or
gonna
you,
go all the way down to a little piece that look like a little triangle like this from all of this area, from all of the. And when you get to that little area and you zoom in on the map, yep. Well, that's how it's gonna start. It's gonna start as a Vesica Pisces when
and
the
then it's
first.
yeah.
It's gonna keep doing that. Now, if you look right there, you see where it look like it's like a skinny 8 in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is the area. It's the area between them. It's the little area, and it kind of look like a a squares on its corner, right in the middle. That is a PowerPoint of the mound structures that holds the most creative force where your will can be maximized to its highest potential.
0 point.
Now, yeah. So now you're going into the matrix down to where all of the streamer numbers are being counted at, and you hijacking the counter because it's doing like this, counting the ones and zeros on the binary, right? This is where you at in the codes where they pushing the ones and zeros out the way for the rest of them to come down. This is like this, so it's an energy field,
Oh, right. Clearing the grid working on the flip side.
right? So when they move in the ones and zeros, it's calculating what the reality is supposed to be producing, right? Now, all of the old ones and zeros become material matter. That's why the matrix is counting it so fast. And what we consider as time is just the recycle loop of the ones and zeros. The binary code has to be recycled because it's infinite. Figure eight. Same figure that's in the middle of that symbol on your hand.
So, Chief Unicorn, right? And being the unicorn, we shapeshift, and that goes from the water to the land. and it can also go from the land to the air, and it can also go from the air into the underworld. Before I got
If
on
you
here,
look at the screen right now, by your head, you see the unicorn horn running across your forehead.